John grew up in Grimsby in the 1950s, when it was still a major fishing port. But he hasn't been back here for many years.
I'm just wandering on towards the library because I want to find out some definite facts. Library, I might say, that didn't exist when I was here, at least not in its present form. And, in fact, none of this existed. Except for the church, of course, that was well there. Very famous church, that's got a great organ, well known. I want to find out about Emma. I want her dates, because if I don't get her dates when she was born, I can't do anything else. And I just have a kind of instinct that the library, which is where the records are, might be able to offer something. So, Jenny, what I'm trying to find out is the date of birth of a certain Emma Stafford. Now, Emma Stafford was married to Walter Lord Brown, who built Westport House School.
Right. I've got a marriage certificate.
I've been looking forward
between Walter Lord Brown and Emma Stafford.
We should know her birth date.
No, because in those days, under the age column, they just put full, which meant they were 21 or over. So we can't
we know she's over 21.
Exactly, yes, when she married. What we can also glean from this document is the father's name and surname.
Yes.
The father of Walter Lord Brown was a William Richard Brown, and the father of Emma Stafford was an Edward Stafford.
Edward Stafford. That's a bit of a...
Not a surprise.
Well, that's a bit of a surprise. It's not who we think it is.
Ah.
We think that it's the Marquis of Sligo.
So you wouldn't have expected to see Edward?
I wouldn't expect to see,
right.
But on the other hand, what would I expect to see? Do you see what I mean? I mean, that could be a name that she used for her father. I don't know. I mean, on the other hand, I've no reason to say that it shouldn't be absolutely true. So, I don't know. We've got more to find out there.
We've also got the fact that she came from Croydon.
Croydon?
No connections there.
No. Zilch.
Right. John, if you'd like to pass me the book just there, that large green volume. Thank you. This is the original copy of the Grimsby Gazette, and it's from 1857. And just in this corner here, you'll see there is a marriage announcement.
At Grimsby, on the 20th instant, by the Reverend Sidney Brown,
which was
brother of the bridegroom, Walter Lord Brown, Esquire, the youngest son of the late William Richard Brown, Esquire, head of the Bond Office, Her Majesty's Customs, London, to Miss Emma Stafford of Croydon, Surrey. Head of the Bond Office. Very grand.
I think knowing that they were in Grimsby in 1857, it was certainly worthwhile checking the 1861 census, which would have been the next census closest to 1857. Yes. And I've got a copy here. This is the 1861 census for Grimsby.
Yes.
And here we have Walter Lord Brown,
yes,
head of the household.
Yes.
Now, this is where we can sort of work out birth years. He was 32 in 1861. So that gives him a birth year of about 1829. Then, of course, we've got Emma, wife, age 33. So again, 33 from 1861 gives us about 1827, 1828.
Born about 1827, 1828.
That gives you her birth year.
Actually, that fits. That fits kind of perfectly, because how Peter Brown, he is the only Marquis that could possibly...
He could have fathered her.
...have done the job.
1788,
1788,
yeah.
He would have been about 39 maybe 40, yes.
Although John has discovered that Emma's birth date coincides with Hal Peter's reign as Marquis, he hasn't found any proof of a link. The marriage certificate has revealed two further clues to her ancestry: the name she entered as her father's and where she was from, 200 miles away in Croydon.
I have to say to you, while we may not be able to connect directly, I think Hal Peter is your best bet. If you're going to have a look,
this
I
does
think...
sound like it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, it certainly sounds like there's possibility there.
Certainly.
Good to see you.
And you too.
Well, so you're exploring things.
Yeah.
Finding out.
I'm hoping you've got some answers.
Yeah, well, I know some things, but the trouble is, there's an awful lot of just conjecture, you know, that's the difficulty.